Yeah, my sister had a son.
Really?
His
Very
name
nice.
Yeah, which was supposed to be my name.
He stole it from you?
No, it's not his fault. But my sister wanted my parents to name me Christopher.
So she must be a good bit older than you.
5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Here we are.
Yeah.
What do you say we kick in this thing?
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today I have a wonderful guest with me, Mr. Jeffery Vernon. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man.
It's great to see you here. I'm glad we can make this work.
I know. I'm very glad as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is one I've been ready for. I've been like, oh, this is my dude. We can talk for sure. We can make something happen.
Okay.
Got the ring from the mom.
Sometimes I feel like the cool guy in the room. Sometimes I feel like I'm the most boring person who ever lived.
I think you're a pretty cool guy. Pretty solid guy in the room.
I wasn't trying to fish for that.
Well,
Just
you got
saying,
it. You got it.
If this ends up being a very boring conversation, like, I apologize.
There's no chance of that. We got this, fam. Don't worry.
Okay.
So let's fire into it. Jeffrey, let's see. You are half artist, half producer. Is that true? Which do you lean towards? It's a little bit of both, right?
Person, woman, camera, TV. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I guess an artist first.
Producer by trade, kind of, sort of.
Out of necessity,
Yeah.
sort of by happenstance.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
allowed to
enjoy it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to swear in this program.
Oh, fuck
right?
yeah. Go ahead. Send it.
I fell ass backwards into it. It was always out of necessity. So, like, growing up, I had all the instruments at my house.
Yeah.
But didn't always have people to play them.
Absolutely. I know that feeling.
And so, like, in order to play along with myself, I had to, like, record it.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like anybody who gets playing, eventually they're like, I kind of need to record myself. You kind of like teach yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to cross the bridge one way or another. And so that it was more just like, oh, I can learn this. Like, it was like a curtain that I could pull back. It wasn't like, oh man, I want to be the producer. Like, I want to tell people how to do stuff. It just like,
move the mic.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, but it is fun to nerd out a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's a big curtain to pull back. You know what I mean? There's a lot to it.
It's a never-ending rabbit hole.
Oh, for sure. I can't see you like ever not being learning something in it. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like every time you record.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. You're always growing. You're always getting better.
So how did you get your start? I mean, okay, that's how you started producing, but how did you start like taking it to the next level, producing other people? What did you kind of do?
I started with an internship, UGA Ambus. Chase Park, David Barbie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
How was that?
Amazing places to start. I mean, I was just blown away. I feel like most people, when you walk into a recording studio for the first time, either as an artist or in whatever capacity, you walk into a studio, it just kind of it blows you away
For sure.
because you're like, whoa, this is like what it really is.
Yeah. It's intimidating a little bit.
Yeah.
At first, at least.
Yeah, especially when you first like start recording and,
Oh, yeah.
and there's all the knobs and faders and things. You're like, what is going on here? But then watching David work with the truckers and like watching other engineers do stuff there, it was like really inspiring.
I imagine so. You saw him record the truckers?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
That was cool.
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
like, stood in the corner and went and
Still
got
up.
the grit for them.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, I didn't contribute anything.
Still, I mean, that's still just quite something to see. You know what I mean? It can be pivotal.
Yeah, definitely. And I learned pretty early on that it was like a lot of people could learn to twist knobs and like put the mics in the right spot. But what I learned big time from David was just like, this is a service. It's a communication of ideas, not only from him to the band, but the band members to each other to get the best product.
See, that's kind of, I used to think of it as like you said, like just somebody who like sets everything up and press record. But now I realize that like, especially when you're making a whole record, it's like the producer kind of arranges and like pushes you to write better songs and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's a two-dimensional job in a way.
Sure. I mean, it's, I feel like the amount of input you give any artist can totally vary.
Yeah, for sure.
Because sometimes, you'll get hired as an audio engineer and you just like set it up and let them do their thing, and they come in there, they're like, I'm happy, and I'm like, okay, cool.
You move on.
And then there's other times where it's like a certain part will stick out to my ear, or like there's an idea that I think is worth sharing, and I'll share it.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. Well, that seems like there's a difference between like being hired to record a single and an album. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you're definitely almost like the extra member of the band when you're doing a whole record. Like you're kind of pushing them to do stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Which is cool. I think some of my favorite records are made like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Producer definitely plays a big part sometimes.
I definitely think it can. I mean, I am very hands off. I don't think anybody's ever hired me just to be like, hey, Jeff, like, I want you to tell me how to play this. Yeah. But they know that, like,
you know what you're doing.
Well, one, that, but two, that just like they can be themselves.
Oh yeah, that's definitely big for me. Yeah.
Right, and so it's like, whatever guidance I do have is not coming from some weird place. Of like, no, it has to be this way. There's no like rigid ideas.
Yeah, because like the first couple times I went into the studio, like it was like with producers, like they just gave me a producer. I was like, I have no idea who this fucking guy is. It's like really nervous. Like he's like judging everything you do. You know what I mean? You're like wondering if you're doing shit wrong. But like you go in with your friend, that's way better. It's fucking more fun. You know what I mean?
It's more fun. It's a better experience. Does the end result come out better always? I don't know.
It's very possible.
Is better even a thing?
There's an energy in the air, though. You know what I mean? There's a friendship kind of thing. Not to get too weird or too deep.
It's comfort. If the band is comfortable, that is like the most important thing.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite projects you've worked on?
Travel Therapy. Single,
Aspen?
Aspen.
Okay, yeah, she's cool.
She's very cool.
Great little. She's got like a folk thing going on, kind of. Is that just me, or like a modern pop folk thing? I don't know how to describe it. How would you describe it?
I'd call her like amongst all of the many things that she is, and I try to very carefully not to define people. I get lots of R&B kind of energy out of her.
That's cool, though.
At least with some of her songs, but
great singer.
Yeah, great singer, really great guitar player.
Really?
And I just really enjoy a lot of the stuff she writes. But the minute that I heard Travel Therapy, I was like, God, that is a great song.
It really is.
And she will attest to this if you ever see her. I just like, every time I would see her for like a year, I would be like, can I please record that song? Like, it's
persistence.
It's a great song, and I want to do it. And for the skill set that I was at the time and the tools I had in my arsenal, I think I did it the best of jobs I possibly could.
Did it justice? Yeah, that's cool. She's such a nice person, dude. I like her a lot. She's cool. Yeah, that's cool though. What are some other things you've worked on that you're proud of? Everything.
Well, some stuff more than others. Usually, and you're asking me about wearing the hat as like being on the other side of the glass, being the producer.
Yeah. We'll get to your music in a minute.
Oh God.
It'll be fun.
I'm just kidding. Middle by AFTM.
Great song, for sure.
That's probably the longest we've ever worked on like one song.
How long we talking, like?
My part in that was like, I don't know, 3 days, like full days of tracking and idea sharing and all of that. But
so you were a big part in that one, like arrangement or like how you're recording it, you know what I mean? Or
mic placement wise, those guys are they more and more from starting, because I've recorded from Blurry Eyes up to Middle.
I love Blurry Eyes.
Literally everything other than the album. They did with me at 1093. And more when they would come in, they're not only better, they're more ready and had a better idea of what they were there to do.
It's just growth as an artist. That's cool. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so like, if anything, it's just like guardrail type stuff.
Yeah, just keeping them in between the lines and shit.
Not even that. It's just like, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, oh yeah, great stuff. That, in my opinion, and maybe this is me not giving myself as a producer enough credit, but in my opinion, anybody that was sitting in that chair, hearing it all come at you, it would be easy to tell what's sticking out. But maybe not everybody could.
Yeah.
I guess that's subjective.
That's a great song though, in the middle. Feels really is it tracked together as a band? It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about my style of recording. If somebody wants to like hit me up, I'll usually. I don't say yes to everything.
That's good.
At this point,
Yeah.
which probably
Well, that's a good place to be, though.
Yeah. I guess, but just because it's not a good mesh. I just like working with like the band.
Yeah.
I like playing the band a lot more than I like programming things.
Gotcha. Like to a click and like play guitar first and drums and blah 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 blah. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I like experimenting with sounds, but what's much more important to me is the human element in performing it.
Yeah.
And it's like
there's a push and pull, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm much more of a like let's catch lightning in a bottle type,
I feel that
approach.
That's cool. That's really awesome. I respect that. And
I think it's more honest to how records used to be made, like on tape.
For sure. Like that was your only choice, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just go insane until you get
There's
it right.
definitely a feel that you just can't recreate like that. You know what I mean? I mean, you can bring the energies up and down to something with a click that's tracked separately, but there's definitely a feel to a band. You know, being a band, which is cool. I feel that's one of the things about all my music is that I'm kind of regretful towards that. I haven't really had the band right yet to do that enough. You know what I mean? I've tracked a lot of stuff separately, and I love those songs, and I love how I made them. But like, I want to do it more. You know what I mean? Still trying to get there with the band. You know what I mean?
Like everybody recording at once.
Pretty much, yeah.
And there's nothing against a click track. I mean, if drummers want them and need them, then that's great. But me personally, unless I'm performing drums in the studio, I won't want it in my ears at all because I'd rather play to the person next to me.
It's true. I feel that, man. It's definitely an energy thing, which is cool. So you guys did all those tracks. They do everything live, right? Everything you guys did in the studio is live, right?
I mean, with
for the most part.
Yeah, you got to do the overdubs. Like, and nobody's perfect, so you're gonna like punch in a bass thing, punch in a guitar thing, and then like do vocals.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll keep scratch vocals, but
really,
the other things I'm proud of, Underground Springhouse, their early EP.
Which is it Tomfoolery that you did? Is that the name of it?
Wasn't Tomfoolery, I don't think, but Float the Time Away was on it.
That's a great song.
I don't remember exactly how they came out, and I don't remember a whole lot of that session because I had like some kind of like cold or flu or something. So I was like literally, bro, I was like
just hanging in there.
I was drunk off of Dayquil. Like I drank like half a bottle of Dayquil and like a bunch of coffee.
It's good for the immune system. Yeah.
Something to my liver as well, but
Dayquil.
I was basically in a daze for that whole session. But
That's
it
awesome,
came out good.
I mean, that's a good song. Float the Time Away is awesome. It's got a real it sounds like the title. It's real like.
Well, they're great, and that's what I'm in the
talented.
middle of right now. We've done 4 full days in the studio working on their
How many songs are we looking at?
9.
Ooh, album?
Whole new album, yeah, that they're
Damn.
doing with me at 1093.
That's fucking exciting, man. That's a big project.
It's huge. It's actually the first album that a band has ever come to me to do the whole album.
Dude, that's fucking sweet. And how many people's in the band now? It's gotta be 6. Oh shit, I thought
Max,
it was more than
Mitch, Jacob, Chuck, and Ford, and of course the mastermind, Benji Holmes.
that. For sure, yeah. What is Max doing?
Max Motley plays keys.
I thought there was already another keys player though. Or is he a temporary?
I think Will Ruff was playing
Yeah, I know
keys for
him.
them, like in a sort of
Heard of him.
satellite capacity,
Mhm.
but I think he's there first.
That's the official lineup. Yeah, Max is a cool guy.
Yeah, Max and Mitch. I like both of them a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
all of those guys. The only reason I would go into the studio right now under these fucking conditions is if I really cared about the band and if I thought the songs were good, which this project absolutely is. And it's
Is
just
it?
yeah, it's just been a pleasure because
Yeah.
the music's great, the process is great, and just being around Underground is just like
They're tracking everything together, of course, right?
yes,
Pretty much, yeah.
yes.
Anything we should expect? Any secrets you can give us? Not really.
I'm
just
not
good
sure
music,
I
yeah.
should,
Yeah,
but
true.
definitely be on the lookout
Yeah,
because
definitely be excited.
I don't know when it's coming out
Yeah.
because we're not even done with it, but
Yeah.
the songs are amazing.
Yeah, great
Like-
to hear that, dude. They're so talented, dude.
Yeah,
That show at the Georgia Theater was legendary.
that was so much fun with the beach
Yeah.
balls and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shit.
That whole lineup, it was Big Chungus,
Big Chungus.
Family Recipe at Underground Springhouse that night. That was a crazy night. That was like one of the best shows I've ever seen at the theater, personally.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, for sure.
I recorded all the bands from that night, and they all ended up like what I did for Family Recipe ended up on their album. Chungus's stuff they put on somewhere, and then Underground released a bunch of the cuts from that.
Yeah, the selections from the Georgia Theater. That was cool.
That was a fun project.
Yeah, you mix all that.
Yeah,
that's great stuff, dude. That was just a cool night, and I liked the Family Recipe one too. That was my favorite one on their album. Was the live one.
Yeah, they crushed that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's very cool. So Springhouse, dude, they're gonna be fucking huge though pretty soon, aren't they?
Well, I mean,
pretty much now, but
I think so. I think they're I think they're like on the rise as far as like the Athens scene. A bunch, like a lot more than
all their bands, of course.
I mean,
I feel like they're gonna be playing like 420 Sweetwater Fest in like a year or two. You know what I mean? Whenever it comes back, of course.
Yeah, whenever the Nightmare Hellscape is over.
I mean, they're gonna be playing huge festivals. They're legitimate, I think.
They're great. They're awesome.
I feel like them and AFTM are the two top tier bands in town. And you found a way to record both of them. What the fuck?
I was just right place, the right time. No, honestly. I don't know that they're like, I think that they've done a great job, both of those two bands, at finding an audience.
Yeah, you think so?
It doesn't necessarily mean they're the best or they're like, most talented or any of those things, but they've definitely done well and been well received.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like AFTM, isn't that a mainly like fraternity crowd? Is that right? Didn't they play a lot of fraternities to start out with and kind of built their following that way? Or is that just a hot take that's not true?
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah? Sweet. Well, anyways, moving on. But, yeah.
Sorry, that's not a very insightful answer. Pretty sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, they were all in fraternities at one point or another and in different ones. And then using that sort of spider web, they like...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything notable about the Blurry Eyes recording? I think that's their first song. It's probably my favorite, honestly.
Just... I think it's the first time I ever recorded anything for anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, it was because Kelly and Cam and I, Kelly the guitar player, Cam the drummer, Kelly, Cam and I were already in a band. The Property of Bolton.
Property Bolton. Yeah, I've heard about this.
Sort of cult following there, but yeah. So after that, Kelly was like, "Hey, we need somebody to record us." AFTM, and then I was like, okay, yeah,
let's do it. Let's run it. Yeah. And you interned at 109.3 too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is Right Place, Right Time. That's perfect. That's a great song.
Right. It
really is. It's really catchy. Great. I mean, everything. It sounds like it should be just live.
Yeah, super raw.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah.
And it's funny looking at it now because like, would you have done anything the same? No.
But at the time, it was right, man.
At the time, it was right.
Yeah, like. That's my favorite thing about putting out music. Like, I look back at some things, I'm like, yeah, I could have done that better. But, like, at that time, it was like, that was it. Like, that was all I knew how to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you do it with most you can with what you got at the moment.
For sure, man. Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about your music. What you got going on? I like Mr. Tom. That's a great song. That's a good laugh.
Yeah.
Just because I know Tom, I guess. But I like the part when you said, it was towards the end, you said, oh, shit, if I want to pass this class, I better not call him this or something like that.
Yeah. So when I came to UGA, because I came to Athens specifically to go to UGA to do the music business program.
Yeah. And
so when I got into Tom's production class, that was the first class I wanted to take. And and I had worked for like 4 years to like get the credits I need to transfer.
From
UNG.
Okay, I did the same thing.
Go Nighthawks.
Woohoo!
But when I got in there, everybody else was kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of interested in music. And then I'm like, hey, like, what, Tom, Mr. Tom? And he's like, no, like, I don't know who you are, but your energy and like, no, this is not going to work.
Your vibe was wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And
that was day one?
Pretty much. Right off the bat, he was like, so who knows anything about anything? And I'm like, I don't, but I'm here to learn, man. And he's like, we are not going to get along. And so I think at one point or another, I called him Mr. Tom, and he was like, dude, don't call me Mr. Tom.
Super serious?
Yeah, like he hated it. Like he still hates it because like kids will call him Mr. Tom. It's just kind of a weird
thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, so naturally I had to go and write a theme song.
Of course.
For him.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and that was my final project for the class. And literally, when I presented it, the entire class was like silent, and he just like looked at me, and he's like, "I don't know what to say about that." And I was like, "Me either."
What?
Yeah, it was.
There was no loud applause from the crowd. Anything?
No.
Damn, man, that's a tough crowd.
No. Yeah. Everybody's just kind of like, what the fuck?
They're like, I can't believe this fucking guy wrote a song about his teacher.
Recurring theme here.
Yeah, it seems like.
And then
it.
everybody was like, what the fuck?
Fuck is this Jeffrey guy?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it was hilarious. I liked. Let's see. I was listening to it last week. There's some background vocals on like verse 3, and I'm getting super specific, but they were crisp. I heard them. It was like a little higher or something. I don't know if you remember what you did.
Super sneaky.
But I was like, oh, that's a nice little touch there.
Yeah.
And it tells a story. It's a good song.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very funny. Just knowing Tom, I think.
Right. It's it's just like, it's a little M-Buzz cult anthem.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
Like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then yeah.
It's okay. It's
Not
okay.
for you.
I also liked the Nashville's Calling. I like that one. That one was a nice, like, slow build into the drums after the first chorus, I think.
I've never performed that song any other time than that recording.
Oh, really?
I was visiting a friend in LA, and he had a studio in his house. And
fancy.
Yeah, I had went to recording school with him, and he was like, well, like, let's play something. And then I just played it.
Yeah.
And I played the guitar, and then I doubled the guitar, and you can hear how the guitars are just like off. Like if you listen, the guitars are just like wrong. And then I put on, I think it was drums next or bass next. I think I David Bowie once told me that Paul McCartney puts the bass on last for the Beatles, and so I tried to adopt that mentality.
Yeah, that's solid.
So anyways, that recording, I only performed each instrument one time. It's all me, and it's like full of mistakes. It was just me figuring out my way through it. And then my friend just like bounced it.
Yeah.
But he bounced it at the wrong sample rate.
Okay.
And so it's actually, when I play it, it's much faster and higher. But the way he bounced it, like slowed it down and like pitched my voice down, slowed the drums. It was all, and it was a total accident.
Yeah.
And
sounds good though. I didn't know this.
Yeah, I thought it sounded good. So I was like, okay.
It's kind of a haunting vocal a little bit.
Thank you.
A little dissonance to it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was designed as, and I can show you if you're interested another time, like what it actually, what it sounded like when I wrote it. Because it sounds really different, but I thought it was cool, and so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like let that recording be the recording.
Yeah, that's cool, man. They must have bounced it at a way different sample rate if it slowed it down that much, right?
It was like 48 to 41 or something. I don't know exactly how it happened.
Still,
but yeah.
I had heard something like the police. I know you like the Police, I think, right? The band. Of course.
Wow.
I guess I got to justify nowadays. But anyways,
yeah, you got to be specific now.
You know the song Do Do Do, Da Da Da? Apparently that one is the same. It's sped up though. Like they just took the tape and sped it up. You know, they used to do shit like that.
Oh, interesting.
So like if you try to play it the way that they play it, like it's like way the fuck out of tune. So it's like up 10 or 20 BPM.
Well, yeah, and I heard I heard your podcast with Josh too, and it made me think of Van Halen records, and like they just tuned. Like I don't know if you talked about that, but they're not in tune.
They're not. Yeah, Eddie's beat string is out of tune like all the time. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I love that, and
it's great.
It's one of those things that drives some people that record with me, like when I'm the artist.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because you just do your own tuning, or like
sometimes I'm kind of like I do it by ear because my intonation's off, and sometimes I use guitars that could use a little more love, and so it's like I'm just like trying to survive.
Just don't care though, right? So yeah, it sounds real though.
It sounds super like real. Super real.
That's cool though. Yeah, I love those Van Halen records. Have you ever noticed that like there's only one, it's just Eddie Van Halen, so they have his guitar like the reverb throws to the right, and that's the only guitar on the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
not sure. So like if you take your left out, all you can hear is the echo.
Interesting.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty common technique as far as creating space.
Yeah.
If you want to nerd out, each instrument in a perfect world would have its own set of reverb, so you can EQ and compress those verbs as you choose.
Yeah.
And then pan them against where the instrument, the dry one, is coming from, and so it's like you create these shapes.
Interesting. So that's what do they call that? Sound shaping? Is that what they call it?
Guess you
Is that the technical term?
I'm not sure.
That's interesting. I haven't really dug into that. I've been trying to do the left and right reverb thing, but like just trying to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting because those records sound fucking huge. It's just one guitar. You know what I mean? And nowadays records have like 20 guitars, which is cool too, or whatever. I like overdubbing a lot.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting that those sound so fucking big. Yeah.
And it's hard to tell too sometimes because you don't know. I mean, if it's like a remastered weird version versus like the way it came out, you know.
Yeah, I don't really get the whole remaster thing. Like, is it just volume? Kind of, sorta.
Yeah, I mean sometimes they'll remix, you know. Sometimes they'll like pan things certain ways and stuff. I mean, all the early Beatles records were like mono.
Yeah, like 4 tracks. Is that what they do it on?
3-track, I think, for a while.
Yeah, that's crazy. I kind of like listening to the mono version sometimes. Do you?
Yeah,
I listen
totally.
to Stones mono. I think that's cool.
I try to check everything I do in mono.
Yeah, I've heard that you mix in mono, or like you check it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like see where everything's sitting.
Yeah, that's the truth. If it sounds good in mono, it's gonna sound really good in stereo.
Interesting. Noted. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
I need to start doing that. Anyways, there was another. You dropped a lot of singles so far. You 3 singles this year? 4? There's another one I'm missing. I can't think of the name. It's more rock. It's more upbeat.
Fingers Crossed.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's an angry one.
It is an angry.
Yeah, angry boy. Then what happened?
Politics.
Oh really? I got you fired up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard not to be. I mean, I try to find some kind of positive outlet for like all of the outrage and like whatnot. So it's more or less just like injustice, people saying one thing, doing another.
Yeah. You wrote a song about it, tracked it?
Yeah, I feel like there's a debate around some people that is like, you know, I'll be like, as far as writing goes.
Yeah.
It's like you'll be slaving over something for like months and months and months and then finally finish it, and then other people are like, I write the whole song in like
one go.
In 1/2 an hour, just sort of moment.
Yeah.
And I'm that.
I
will get an idea, it'll hit me, I'll have to stop everything else that I'm doing, and then I'll pace around like a crazy person and then like swap words in and out, and it's like, no, this is the idea, this is what I have to say, this is where it is, and then sometimes I'll go back and change it, but not often.
Yeah, that's a good way to, dude. I feel like they fucking come out of nowhere. Like all the good ones just fucking like show up, you know what I mean?
Bam. You ever have you ever like had like music like come to you in like in a dream or asleep?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's happened. It's so fucking weird. Like I've gotten up out of bed and wrote it down. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, or you like grab the voice memo and you're like and you're like listen back later.
It's like nothing. But sometimes I've written songs like that, man. It's crazy.
When the vision is there, it's sometimes it can be really specific and distinct too, and then you wake up and like in the course of 5 minutes it's just gone. Like,
it's crazy. I watched this podcast about like dreams and why we can't remember our dreams. It was really interesting. I need to send you the link if you're interested in that.
Would love that.
Yeah, it's fucking like he explained why you can't remember your dreams or some shit, and like something about if you don't get enough sleep you'll start dreaming during the day and you won't even know it. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll like if I work on a song on the all day or something, you know, or a couple hours, I'll go to sleep and I can fucking hear it sometimes. Or like as I'm going to sleep, it's like playing over and over in my head. I'm like, what the fuck do I do next? I don't know. I just obsess over it.
Yeah.
You do that?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I was just gonna say, Fingers Crossed is one that I'm definitely really proud of though.
Yeah,
because
sounds great.
Sonically, I was pushing like higher and higher, like layering in a bunch of harmonies.
Where'd you record it at? 109.3?
My house.
It sounds really good.
Yeah.
Wait, is that together as a band?
It's just me on everything. There's a music video too.
Really? I haven't seen it yet. I need to go check that out.
That's because I don't promote myself.
Yes, you do. Come on. Well, it's hard. Like, I got a lot of shit going on. Sometimes I'm like, man, I don't really want to post about my single fucking 10 times this week. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't make music because I want people to hear it.
Okay.
I make it because
you want to hear it?
I have to. I make it because there's these like little demons inside of me, and occasionally one will just like escape, and I'm just like, okay, cool, you can go out into the world, and if you fly away, great. People love it, great. If they don't, like, that's
who cares, also
totally fine.
That's a good mindset, man. I mean, you can't get hurt there. That's nice.
Well,
you don't have any aspirations to like put in a band.
That's great, Jeffrey. You're not risking anything and you have no aspirations.
No.
I love it.
I mean, do you have any aspirations to like put a band together and play?
This real?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Pull perfect. A pen. Look at the bottom.
This is just really?
Yeah. It's just an empty grenade.
Oh, I see.
I got it when I was a kid, so I figured it'd be a nice prop in here.
Nice. This is in case the podcast doesn't go well.
Yeah, just fucking get out of here.
Like, well, that's all we have time for.
You're absolutely right, my man.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I like how your mind trails off. Mine does that too.
Hopefully anybody who's enjoying this.
Yeah. Are you still with us, people? Give them a wave.
Is it live?
Not live, but like when they watch it, it'll be live to them.
I didn't realize there was a video component at all.
You didn't notice the camera?
Well, I did. I didn't know it was like videotaping, but that's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not super quality. Like I haven't figured out the lighting or anything, but like you might as well film it and put it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
It's fun. Yeah, it's good shit. You having a good time?
Yeah.
You bored?
Great. No, not at all. I'm trying to think of things to say.
Yeah. No, there. Let me finish my thought.
Yeah.
Do you have any aspirations of putting a band together, Jeffery Vernon solo act, playing 40 Watt Club, playing around Athens, or you're just gonna keep putting music out and if you play, you play?
I've done Athens.
Yeah.
I know where every crack in the sidewalk is.
Absolutely.
I know which preamps go where in most of the studios. I know all of the bands. I haven't conquered it in any way. It's not like I'm above it. It's just in order to grow as a person.
I feel that.
I need to go somewhere else.
Understandable.
It's hard to change.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so it's not so much that like I couldn't continue to exist here.
Yeah.
It's just I know there's more in me that I need like
it's run its course. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean I turned 25 yesterday. So it's about time
Happy birthday.
Yeah, appreciate it. But it's about time I go do something.
Yeah, where are you thinking about going? I could see you living in LA. You look like an LA guy to me.
Wow.
Very hip, very modern.
Thank you. Don't know. Yeah. The plan is to kind of disappear.
Really? Just gone. Start over.
Yeah.
Mysterious producer shows up in a mysterious town with a mysterious Jetter Joe's shirt.
Everything up to this point in my life, man, has just been a sort of tumbleweed.
That's awesome.
I came to Athens as a part of a band.
Yeah.
Parents wanted me to go to college, so I did.
Graduated. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good shit, man.
Are you still in or are you out?
I got one more year.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy it.
Yes, I will.
I would take some time off right now if I were you.
I'm not ready to go. Like, I love Athens. I still haven't got to where I want to be yet.
You should wait. You should just take time off.
I think so. Maybe I will.
Not that I'm trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but if it were me, I wouldn't pay for whatever this university's doing right now.
It's kind of whack. We talked about this on the last podcast. I was like, really? No tuition refund at all? Like, or no fee refund, like transportation fees and all that shit? I mean, I'm not complaining because I get financial aid, but like, you know what I mean? It just seems like there'd be a little get back. I mean, you know what I mean?
I do. I definitely do. It's just like the incentives are so clear, right? It's like we want the tuition money, we want the football money. Mm-hmm. It's like somebody phrased this like to me. If we make, say we make X amount of dollars off of tuition.
Absolutely.
And then we make X amount of dollars off of the SEC football.
Absolutely.
Are we a university that happens to have a football program, or are we a football program that happens to teach classes?
That's a hot take, man.
Well, not only that, and I don't mean
right.
Well, and I don't even mean to be like casting judgment, but because like football is American, I played football, not in college, but it's like it's an economics driven problem too, especially with COVID, because if you told everybody back in May or June, like, hey, we're not going to have in-person classes this fall. We don't want to infect our entire community.
Makes sense.
And so we need to make the difficult but responsible decision to postpone in-person classes. If you do that, all of the apartment leases don't get bought.
Oh yeah.
All of the local businesses that were counting on that, it's like it's a huge economic blow.
Huge, humongous.
And so you, rather than, because of the leadership, not only at the national level or lack thereof, and at the state level, we have adopted a culture that sort of skirts by the truth and sort of skirts by science and reality and looks money. Well, the thing was, and it's so short-sighted, right? Because it's like science and reason and facts are the vehicle to get us back to economic security. They're not the obstacle. They're the way that we do it.
The obstacle, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean, it's like how we could figure it out.
Yeah, it's like once you understand the problem, then you can start finding solutions for it.
That makes complete sense.
Right. But instead, we're just like, masks don't work, and they're not real, and it's a hoax, and fake news.
Dude, when it first started, I was questioning. I was like, is this real? You know what I mean? Like, for the first couple weeks, I was like, what the fuck is going on? But then it obviously became pretty notably real and present.
Yeah.
But here's my thing I don't understand. You know, our cases, I guess UGA is number 1 cases in America or something. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Something top 5, whatever. But anyways, I don't understand how that happened when nobody has to go to class, right? All of my classes, you can go if you want to.
You know how it happened, don't you?
Frat houses and going downtown, is that what you mean? Or
yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I get it.
I understand
I
it.
feel like it was unavoidable. Like, how could you get them to stop? You know what I mean?
Right.
Without hurting the businesses.
Well, how are you going to tell 18 through 21-year-olds not to be 18 through 21-year-olds, especially in a place like Athens where those people stopped maturing however long ago?
Yeah, and they came here to do that.
And they came here specifically to do that. Yeah.
It's notably that kind of place.
Yeah,
and whatever.
And it's like, and again, I try not to be the person that's bringing negativity because to me, I want to practice what I preach, which is be kind. Be empathetic, be compassionate.
Be a good
human. The thing is it's frustrating as a musician in particular because it's like, yo, if you guys could just think beyond yourself
for a little while,
for once, just think for once, and then act on it, and just be like, okay, if I make decisions that will benefit my community, then we can get back to having the things we all want.
That's interesting. It's a hot take. I mean, it just seems like this is going to take a long time now. Like it went from like just like a short couple month thing to like it's gonna midway through 21.
It's going to be years. Yeah. So I think one, if Joe Biden doesn't get elected, society will continue to crumble.
I think so.
Civil war, it's going to be bad.
I mean, it's possible, I suppose.
I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that we don't have to find out. Yeah. But literally, it is a waking nightmare. If you could imagine the worst possible scenario, that's what we're living through.
But, I mean, I guess election's in November, October?
You don't know when the fucking election is?
It's one of those two, right?
Yeah.
November.
Well, actually, the way you phrase that with early voting due to the pandemic. Yeah. It's November 3rd is election day, but you could probably,
but November 3rd, is this all going to be gone? You know what I mean? When whoever gets elected? I mean, either way.
No, it's not that. It's just going to be like varying, escalating degree of civil unrest.
A change. Yeah. Okay. I get what you mean. I'm just wondering, like, concerts, dude. Are we ever going to be able to go in Georgia Theater shoulder to shoulder again and, like, breathe all over each other, you know what I mean? Or is it going to be like fucking like this forever? It's definitely going to change some things.
Not for at least another year. Because the thing is with vaccines, it's like they're going to be to some varying degree effective, right? And so like if say the vaccine that comes out, bats at 500, 50% effective.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. But then you've got the person in the White House who has corrupted all of our institutions. And so you have a large segment of the population that's not going to trust the vaccine.
Ooh, interesting.
And not want to get it.
Yes, I could see that.
So it's like, that's already a problem. Plus, dude, it's like, okay, so the vaccine's 50% effective. Let's even call it 75.
Yeah.
75% effective. That's a huge fucking win in vaccine world.
Yeah, that'd be fucking mega.
If everybody would just wear a mask, it's like 99% effective.
That's true.
And that's why America is the only spot in the developed world that's like struggling as hard as we are, like 5 to 6 times worse than any other country.
It seems like it's gone everywhere else. I don't know if it's just because I'm not there, or I don't know what the stats are.
It's not that it's gone. It's just like I think other countries more so than us have a journalism and like they have a shared reality. They have a shared reality because our country doesn't have a shared reality anymore.
Definitely a little divided.
Well, not even in one way, but in thousands of ways due to just like social media.
Yeah, dude. I'm kind of like, I was thinking about it today. I was like I'm fucking addicted to my phone. I don't know if you are, but like I'm fucking ridiculously addicted to it.
Well, absolutely.
And it's really getting on my nerves because like I'll have headaches at night from looking at my screen and shit. And I'm just like tired of fucking being in there, man. I'm just like, fuck, dude. I just need to get away from my phone for a day or two. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What I'm doing is, again, I try to be gentle on myself, is like I try to be curious about what are the needs I'm trying to meet with social media.
Absolutely.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, so my life beforehand was dating girls, going to concerts, working studio sessions, going to classes, traveling, hugging people, shaking hands, meeting new people all of the time. I am naturally like a socially driven creature.
Me too.
And all of that is gone.
Just like
that. And that's the thing. That's why some people were like, this thing, it's not that bad, yada, yada. But like, my sister just had an infant child. I have family members with health risks. And then my whole career immediately was gone. I mean, Kelly and I living together, they were on tour, and I had like 3 production projects, and I had a Georgia Theater show main stage lined up, and just day one, as soon as the thing came down the pipe, it was like full stop.
That's a tough break.
And so when people didn't get it, it was like, just hasn't hit you yet.
It's crazy, man, dude. I'm worried about the concerts, dude. Like, they're rescheduling festivals for like June 2021. Like, are we gonna be fucking ready? You know what I mean? Like, is it gonna be going?
It's not.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, can shit ever go back to like, how concerts where you're fucking shoulder to shoulder, you can smell people, you
stage
can breathe.
Dive.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready for that to come back, but like, it doesn't seem like it's going to soon.
It's a daunting reality, right? Because so much of that is core to a sense of identity.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? And so it's like performing and that connection and all of those things.
Yeah. I mean? Yeah. It's like, all I did was go to shows and play shows. Like, that's what I wanted to do.
And so now the algorithms, Mark Zuckerberg and everything is stepping in to sort of catch that. And I am saying no. I'm saying, like, this is a very recent thing for me, but it's like, if it gets to the point where I start creating based on how many seconds somebody's attention span is, or how long is this video, or how do people consume music, if those are the things driving how I make music, how do I feel about that?
That is kind of, I think about that too, man. That's crazy. What do you call that? A platform that has no restrictions on it. You know what I mean? Do you know what's the word I'm looking for? Censorship. Censorship's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Like, I guess maybe that's not the right word, but like, I was thinking about it like in a music standpoint. I was like, fuck, dude, people like short songs now. Should I start writing short songs on purpose to like cater to that, or should I make my fucking 5.5 minute song and not give a shit?
I think by now what answer you're gonna get from me.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And everybody has their own reality. And I don't think largely that's necessarily a negative thing. I mean, when it comes to like, facts, we need facts again. So like a president who doesn't literally lie every single day to the American people, that when that goes away, that'll be a good thing for society.
Yes. Okay.
And it's like, is that a controversial thing to say? Yes. But I didn't come up with that.
You didn't make it up?
No, but it's my reality based on what you believe.
Yeah.
Based on information.
I feel like on politics lately, I'm not a huge politics guy, but like I feel like everybody's so like super strong-sided on it now. Like, if you don't like what I like, then fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just talk about things?
It's hard when the stakes are so high.
Yeah, I guess so. I could see that, I guess.
I mean, it's hard for people. I'm not, as far as...
Just in general.
Yeah, I'm trying to identify
I see a lot more arguments on Facebook than I used to. That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
That is... Shit. And I have been, up until very recently, a part of that problem, because... I thought that screaming into the void of social media was like having some positive impact on the world. It's like, if you would just, if the world could just see this one video highlighting this issue in this way, then maybe I could change one person's mind. And I just don't think social media is designed.
Solves anything.
I don't think it's designed to facilitate a healthy conversation.
I could see that. Yeah, it's like you can't hear a sarcasm, and you know what I mean. You can't like just feel somebody's vibe as in person. Is that what you mean? Kind of
that. And
am I getting that right?
And you lose your ability to empathize. You lose the idea that the person on the other side is like a human.
Yes, and you say some shit that you would definitely not say in person, or some people do. You know what I mean? Like when you're in somebody's face, you know what I mean? Like you might not say something so vulgar or so ridicule.
When you go around, at least for me, being raised in the South, is like. Sirs and ma'ams, thank you. I have manners, and they were instilled in me, and I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Online, there's no manners, and if you could just get something as simple as manners on social media, I think that would be like huge.
Be crazy, man. Have you watched this new show? I haven't watched it. It's called The Social Network. Have you seen it? It's on Netflix.
You mean The Social Dilemma?
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Social Network is the Zuckerberg thing. Have you watched it? Is it good? Really interesting?
Game changer.
Really? Okay. Give me a quick summary because I want to watch it. I just haven't yet.
Artificial intelligence increasing at an exponential rate into the zeros that are just like you don't even know. Like it's so insanely complex to the point where this polarization we've been talking about is worldwide. It's a global issue.
Interesting.
And it's a problem. It's sort of like world-ending type of problem.
Damn, that's crazy, man. I took a class and it said that AI like triples every 6 months or something. I was like, that is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Or AI's, I don't know how to phrase it, but like the intelligence of it triples every 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, at least I think. I mean, if 2020 is nothing else, it should be a nice little arithmetic lesson for people as far as the nature of exponential numbers, because of the virus transmission rates and stuff.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to watch that. Sounds good.
The Social Dilemma movie. That's you gotta watch it.
The Social Network. It's really good.
I'm not sure you're gonna enjoy it, but it's important that
it's interesting.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I like. Is it a documentary? I guess I like documentaries. I'm a documentary guy.
Yeah.
Are you? Do you like documentaries?
I just kind of made one.
Really?
Yeah.
About a song or about you or about?
Well, it ended up being this docu-style virtual concert.
Interesting.
So when this thing popped out, this pandemic, I just saw people starting to go live from their bedrooms, right? Mm-hmm. Drove me fucking nuts.
You didn't like it?
No, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Why? I haven't done it. I'm too nervous to do
it. Because production value is so low.
Yeah, it is.
It's
pretty bad.
I like the intimacy of like having your dog walk by or something. Like that's cool, but like the same time, it's like buffering. You're staring into a red blinking light.
It's kind of awkward sometimes.
It's just like so far removed from like what I hold as an ideal of music, and it's like also the necessity of it. Like, hey guys, like if you can Venmo me like $4, like here's my Venmo, and it's like if you can't, it's fine, but like I really need the money. And it's like I get the necessity of it, but at the same time, I feel like going that route is like a really easy way to devalue yourself as an artist.
I can see that. Yeah.
I
haven't done it. Like something about it, I just haven't. But like, I like how you can like request a song and they'll play it or something, you know, or like you can be like, hey, what's up? But like, is there any way to be like, oh, here's a tip jar without sounding like really like?
Well, no, I don't knock the necessity of needing to survive as an artist out of it, and I don't even knock people that enjoy it. I'm not trying to like judge anybody else for what they feel like is right for them to do.
There's nothing wrong with it.
For me, it's just like, oh my God, I would tune in because I would see a friend doing it. And I'd be like, oh, I want to support this person. And then I'd be in there for 5 seconds and I'd be like, I'm out. Like, I can't.
I see you leave.
Like, it's like Jeffery Vernon joined and it's like, and he's out. And it's like, and it's not because I don't like their music. It's just because like, oh my God, this is such a hollow shell of what should be.
I feel like there's got to be a way to increase the production quality of it.
So this was my idea.
Hit me with it.
So rather than doing it live, I wanted to tape it and then premiere it as a pay-per-view event.
That's solid, yeah.
So,
pay-per-view. Wait, how does that work?
So what I put together a little production crew. I found a venue, and then I found some artists.
Venue? Which venue?
In my hometown of Madison, there's an old historic theater called the Cultural Center.
Fancy, very nice.
It was the old schoolhouse in my town.
That's cool, man.
Venue was built in 1895.
Jeez.
300-person auditorium.
Nice.
REM came and recorded there.
So it's a good sounding hall.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
the acoustics are awesome. But the doors were shut because you can't have concerts. And so they're bleeding. Artists have nowhere to play. And then my production team, myself included, had, skills from, Grady at UGA and like, audio school kids, and they just didn't have any jobs. And so I negotiated out a contract with the venue and got a 5-person production team in, recorded 7 artists, 8 if you include me.
Wow.
of all different genres.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Really? I'm excited about that.
Along with interviews done outside in like socially distanced settings. So like
serious. Very nice. That's big step, man. That's cool.
Yeah, so like 3 high quality cameras, studio quality audio, and then hopefully you can promote it like a concert and charge people like a concert because
it's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the quality's there though. That's gonna be cool.
The intimacy and the quality.
Yeah.
But it's docu style because it's everybody talking about how they're coping and managing with.
Okay, so it's just one show, but is it episodes? Is that what you mean?
3 episodes.
3 episodes. Okay.
It's a 3-part virtual concert series.
Dude, that's really cool. That's very outside of the box. I haven't heard anybody doing that.
It's called Opening Night.
Very nice.
Who
else playing? Anybody I know, or can you tell?
A lot of people you know.
Really?
Probably. It seems like you're pretty well connected in Athens.
I think so.
I'm the host, obviously.
Yeah, that's very nice. I know that guy. He's cool. He's okay. He's a decent guy.
He talks too much politics. 2 country artists from Madison, Madisonians, Campbell Harrison and Justin Huff. Those are the 2 I would least expect you to know.
I don't know them.
The rest you'll probably know. So Common Currents.
Oh yeah. Harmonies for days. Super nice girls too.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Love them. Underground Springhouse.
Of course.
Of course. The boys came down. It was awesome having a 6-person rock band in that venue because it was just like it was like pushed us to the limits of like what my production rig that I built was like designed to do. So it was just like everything was like working at like
I bet that's epic. That's
max
sweet.
capacity. It was fun.
Yeah.
Then Annie Leith.
Oh yeah.
And Andrew Blooms.
Super nice guy, great producer. That's awesome.
And then I had a string quartet: Will Ruff, Kevin Day, Jordy Lara, and then Annie.
I've heard of Will.
Yeah,
that's sweet, dude. That's a hell of a lineup.
It's gonna be great. And the big thing that now that it's done, we shot the whole thing, and I'm in post production right now, mixing it all. The songs
are hidden.
They're really good songs, and
I'm excited.
And to get hit with these songs at this moment, I think it's going to have a really big impact.
That's super exciting, dude. I haven't heard of anybody doing anything like that. It's very cool. Can't believe you rented out an auditorium or pulled it off, contract. I don't know how you did it, but still. It's crazy.
Had an idea, found some investors, convinced the venue that I knew what I was doing, and then called some friends.
Damn.
Yeah.
Those big power moves from Jeffrey. Nice.
Now it's like this whole planning of like a marketing campaign, which is new for me as a marketing major. It's like the whole thing that I was studying in
First
school.
time for everything.
Yeah, and now it's like I'm hiring someone else to do it because I just don't fucking want to.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to Terry.
Yeah, Terry. Woo. Some things you just can't learn at school, man. Some things you just gotta do.
I'm just
what?
I'm glitching out.
That's gonna be a drop.
This week we have Jeffery Vernon. I don't know. I'm just not as enthused about like being a marketer.
Yeah, like I just want to make music.
Yes.
Man, I love posting on Instagram. I love making a video and fucking posting it. You know what I mean? That's cool. But dude, I'm excited for you. That's cool, man. I had no idea about this.
Yeah, well, that's not good. That's part of why I'm here is hopefully to plug that.
I feel like, oh, that's great. Plug.
Opening night.
Yes, everybody check this out when it comes out, by the way.
Yep.
I think I saw on Andrew's story, he was in like a big ass hall doing something with the piano.
That was it? That was me.
Interesting.
And then I tried to pick, anyways, never mind.
Tried to pick what? I'm curious.
Women and people of color.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's why I didn't.
Diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just wanted to let that action speak for itself. I didn't want to like say that I'm doing that, but then I just said it. So.
Well, dude, I'm excited to hear it. When is it coming out?
November is the current scheduled air dates, but we got the Civil War time slot, so we might push it back a bit. Hey man, trust me, I hope I'm wrong. When you call me up and say, "Hey Jeffrey, society's not falling apart. You were fucking wrong," then I'll be
like, "You don't know shit."
I'm very glad. I'm glad to be wrong.
I would never. Jeffrey Vernon, it's been a pleasure to have you. What do we say we wrap this thing up?
Okay.
You have a good time today? What do you think about the podcast experience? I always like to ask.
It's great. I'm not sure that anybody's going to get anything out of what I said, but I definitely enjoyed coming and talking to you.
They're going to learn some knowledge, man. If they listen to all 57 minutes of this, if you made it this far, by the way, thank you. We love you.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, they're going to enjoy it. Just have some faith, man.
I got no faith. Let's check out No Faith by Property of Bolton.
Uh-oh, song plug. Nice. What's your Instagram handle? I always like to tag these.
Jeff A. Vernon.
Nice. He's not going to be on there, though, because we're putting down social media.
That's right.
I am at Jameson Tank 27. This has been the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Episode 10-ish, 11-ish, somewhere in there. Today's guest was Jeffery Vernon. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next time.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, my friend. Bye.